The Instrument Check function is a new addition to the SpectraMagic NX2 software. Added in version 1.4, it replaces and greatly expands upon the functionality of the Easy Checker software, which used a green tile to check medium-term accuracy and reproducibility. Instrument Check is only available to customers with a SpectraMagic NX2 Premium license. This video will show you how to add an instrument to the Instrument Check module, how to configure a test, how to run a test, how to schedule the test, and how to incorporate the results and dates of the Instrument Check into your daily digital colour data reporting. There are timestamps on the screen for the various features. Starting the software after updating to version 1.4 or later, you'll see the Instrument Check function on the home screen. Even on the home screen, the icon provides feedback. If you've not checked the device according to your schedule, a warning exclamation mark will appear on the screen like so. Upon starting Instrument Check for the first time, it's necessary to set up your instrument and then create a condition file. To add the instrument, click on the instrument icon at the top left of the screen and select the kind of instrument and connection method. Here, I'm using the CM17D and connecting over Bluetooth. Once the instrument is added and connected, it's represented in the left-hand side of the display, so you can easily switch between multiple devices and view the status of each of your devices at a glance. Next, you need to create a new condition file. This is done using the last icon on the right-hand side, which opens the condition wizard. Set the instrument type that matches the device you've just connected and click Next. Now, if you've previously created a condition file on another PC, you can locate and load that file. Otherwise, proceed with Next. I will mainly be keeping the settings to their defaults, as this is the best solution for 99% of users. It's possible to specify whether any of the checks can be skipped during the process, but in general we recommend that you leave them all on mandatory. Next, set the measurement conditions according to the device. Here, I will leave it as medium aperture and both SCI and SCE modes. If you're using exclusively one aperture or mode, then you can match to that. Otherwise, it's recommended to use the largest aperture for the test. To set the observation condition, advanced users or those using other illuminants can customize, but otherwise the default settings are okay. Now we're going to set up the test specifics. Firstly, the light source test. Next, repeatability, which will use a white tile. Typically, you use your calibration tile, but some users may opt for a secondary white tile in order to minimize the risk of damage or wear to the calibration tile. The default settings again are fine. For the reproducibility test, you can set up any number of tile tests, including the full BCRA tile check or the tile set available from Konica Minolta Sensing. For many users, a green tile will perform the task. Additional tiles are added in the same way. Select the closest match for the colour tile from the drop-down menu. Then add identifiers for the tile and whether it's possible to skip this tile. You can add custom tiles and customize the number of times averaged and the colour difference equation that the differences are reported in. The next screen allows you to calibrate the device if needed and measure in the colour data for the tile. The third tab does allow you to set a tolerance on each tile, but we're going to leave default values. Clicking Next will complete and save the file, prompting for you to save the resulting INTP file somewhere on your local PC. Now we can run a check. The device status on the left shows Ready for Instrument Check. And to begin the check, you click the blue button on the bottom left corner of the screen that says Execute Instrument Check. This starts the check wizard. The wizard will provide you with specific instructions for your device to perform zero calibration, then white calibration, then to return to the zero calibration tube or stage for the light source check. press the Measure button when the device is configured as described and shown in the wizard, and wait until the test is completed. The light intensity level tick mark should turn green and show a value that is greater than the number stated as the fail and warning tolerances on the screen. Once this is done, you can click Next to move on to the repeatability test. Configure the device as described on the right hand side of the wizard as you would usually with the device calibration tile. Once ready, press Measure and wait while the device concludes the test. Now the results are displayed and a green tick should be visible under standard deviation. Once the test is completed, click the Next button to proceed to the reproducibility test. Now we measure the tiles that you specified in the configuration file. Prepare the device and tile and press Measure to begin the test. Once it's completed one or more tiles, click Next, where you can finalise the instrument check and print the results. In order to print the result, you must first click Complete in the bottom right of the screen, and then Show Report, which is beneath the results. You can print this file either to the default printer or to a PDF, depending on the configuration of your PC. Within the Instrument Check software, you'll also want to establish a schedule for the test. This will set the software to prompt for the test and be reflected in the Instrument Check calendar function. Here, by selecting the Edit Schedule icon, which is the fourth icon from the left, I'm presented with the option to test daily, weekly, or monthly, and then to further specify the schedule, in this case which weekday the test should be run. Once you've set your desired schedule, click Register to close the window and return to the standard view. You can see here that the standard window can be viewed either as a list which details all calibrations and checks run on the instrument, as a calendar that shows when tests were performed and the result, along with the test schedule and any missed scheduled tests. The graph view can show each of the tests and their results on a timeline. You can also import and export the instrument check data and history at any time, either to back up or to transfer this data to a new PC. This is done by selecting File and then Export to generate an INBK file. This file can be restored by selecting File and then Import from File. Now that the instrument check system is established, it can be added to SpectraMagic NX2's digital colour data files in order to report the instrument condition in parallel with colour data. So, for example, showing that a target was established with a device that passed instrument check, or indeed that the related samples are measured with a device that satisfies the organisation's standards. To learn more about editing the display template, you can see the specific video on the Konica Minolta Sensing YouTube channel. However, in brief, as you can see in the footage, I've toggled editor mode and I'm adding a data label field. Right click to bring up the item settings menu, then click settings to open the list item settings window. From the properties category on the left hand side, select the Inst Check Date item and click OK. Repeat the process for the Inst Check Result property, and remember to configure them to either the target or sample as required in the item settings window. Now Instrument Check and Instrument Status is incorporated into your digital colour data reports and scheduled to run via the software, ensuring improved certainty and short to medium term device health in between manufacturer service intervals. If your device is failing an instrument check, please contact your local Konica Minolta Sensing service facility, details of which can be found in the description of this video. For more information or help getting the most out of your digital colour data system, please contact your local Konica Minolta Sensing representative. And subscribe to be notified when new videos are added to our YouTube channel.
Konica Minolta.